And with that being said, not only thank you for being here today, what a great turnout with a great group of Republican supporters and supporters for Lana, but it's also a pleasure to introduce to you the best mayor, for any surrounding cities, but specifically Fort Wayne, the best mayor in Northeast Indiana. And that is the mayor of New Haven, who has taken that city to some of the greatest heights that it has seen in decades. It is a great community, it is a smart community, and it's a community that is led by someone who really cares about its reputation. And so with that, I give you a great Republican servant, someone we should all be so happy who serves as the mayor of New Haven, and that is Mayor Steve McMichael.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As you can see behind me, I guess it's no secret why we're here. I asked Lana when I came up here, it's like, well, what can I say? What can I not say? What should I not say? So it is with great honor that I'm here today to talk about a friend, a dedicated public servant who is taking the next step to not only serve Allen County, but the entire state of Indiana and all Hoosiers. Let me tell you, our friend Lana Keesling is uniquely qualified for the position she is seeking. She's been a CFO, she has an MBA, she's got private sector experience, she's got government sector experience being the Fort Wayne City Clerk. She is all around just an outstanding person and public servant. I could not be more proud today to stand here in support of my friend Lana Keesling as she reaches out on her next endeavor, again, to serve all Hoosiers. But we're going to need all of your help in this battle, because it will be a battle. It'll be a convention battle. And I need to encourage each of you to make sure that you get on the ballot when you can register in January to be a convention delegate. And I hope to see each and every one of you next June down in Indianapolis at the Republican State Convention. Lana has done so many amazing things in the city clerk's office for the city of Fort Wayne. I can't imagine what all she can do in her next position. I also know she's going to work really hard to not only earn the votes of the convention delegates next June, but once she wins this position, she'll work hard to make life better for all Hoosiers. As a mayor, it's really important who's in this position, because that person in that role is over the Indiana Bond Bank, the 9/11 Fund for the Emergency Dispatch Center, and many, many other commissions. Serves on the State Police Pension Board and also on the Public Employee Retirement Fund. This is a very important position that Lana seeks. And again, I can't imagine anyone more qualified in this role than my friend Lana Keesling. I had the great honor on January 1st, 2020 of swearing in Lana for her second term of city clerk. Now, I won't be able to swear her in her next role, but I certainly will be there to cheer her on every step of the way. At this time, I would like to introduce Allen County Republican Chairman Steve Shine. Thank you.
Oh, I love this altitude. That feels great. You know, when I became chairman, I think our presidential nominee was Abraham Lincoln at that time. Allen County had not had an elected state official for 25 years. A quarter of a century, Allen County went without having one of the major elected officials statewide. Soon after I became chairman, that streak ended. The late John Okeson being elected to the clerk of the courts, which is now an administrative job. Tim Berry, who was elected our state auditor, succeeded by our very own Tara Klutz. And now we can continue to put on the map the strongest Republican Party organization in the state with yet another elected official, and that is Lana Keesling. You know, I have known Lana long before she was involved in politics. I can remember when she, as a younger mother in the private sector, doing such a great job for one of the major commercial businesses here in Fort Wayne, she brought her lovely daughter Nicole up to my office as a high school student and asked me how Nicole could get involved in politics. And so I was fortunate enough to have a daily double, both Lana and Nicole being so supportive of our Republican Party, so much so that I asked Lana to serve as my vice chair of the Allen County Republican Party. Let me just tell you something about the power of Lana Keesling. In 2015, Lana Keesling received more votes than anybody on the municipal ticket. And when I say anybody, I mean that included the Fort Wayne mayor who was reelected. Lana got more votes than candidate A over in the Citizens Square. In 2019, Lana was reelected for a second term and received the highest number of votes of any Republican municipal candidate on the ticket. Lana was the first Republican elected as the Fort Wayne City Clerk since 1971. I was a freshman at IU in 1971. That's how far back that went. And lastly, a bit of trivia that we found out just not too long ago. Lana is the first female Republican ever elected as Fort Wayne City Clerk. All of those attributes go to someone who will serve as our next treasurer of the state of Indiana, someone who will bring her private sector knowledge to the office, someone who will bring common sense to the office. And I've had a lot of dealings with Lana over the years, and I will tell you, there is no better word to summarize her abilities than meticulous, which she is in everything she puts her thoughts to. And I can think of no job that requires someone to be meticulous than the state treasurer. The only bad thing about it is I'll be losing a city clerk and probably a vice chair, someone who has helped guided me and made all of our events and organizational efforts so successful. But the good thing about it is what Fort Wayne may be losing when Lana is successful, and I said when, not if, when Lana is successful, is the state will definitely gain by all of her attributes. So with that, I'm going to welcome to you, and before I say that, I just want to reemphasize, Allen County is the second largest county in the state with delegates who serve in the state convention, which will be, I believe, the second or third week of June. It hasn't been decided, but the last time I called down there, I believe it's going to be the third week of June. That being said, please run for delegate, and if you don't run for delegate, I will appoint you delegate, because I want everybody to be there en masse. We'll probably have, over the past few years, 110 delegates from Allen County. That is substantial. The second largest voting bloc in the state. And Lana's going to make this more than just an Allen County affair. She's going to make it so the other 91 counties across the state get to know her, love her, respect her, and elect her as the next state treasurer candidate at the Indiana State Republican Convention in Indianapolis in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you today the next treasurer of the state of Indiana and our city clerk, Lana Keesling.
the 2015 election, I actually did get more votes than the mayor, 2,667 more votes than the mayor got in 2015. Not that I don't forget. And what Steve McMichael didn't tell you is that he had the honor of swearing me in. I had equal, if not greater honor, swearing him in as mayor of New Haven. So it was an honor for me to do that. With everything they've said, though, I don't really have to say anything. I think that I very much appreciate the kind words and everything that they have brought to light today. Steve Shine is my campaign chair for my campaign. Former Allen County Treasurer Dr. Bob Lee is my campaign treasurer. Thank you very, very much. I have an outstanding committee and an outstanding campaign team that I'm bringing to this. I've surrounded myself with amazing, amazing people that care about as much about Indiana as I do. I appreciate all my friends and my family that are here today. I cannot possibly begin to thank those that believe in me and that have supported me over the last 6 years. I'd like to specifically thank my family. For those of you that have held office or run for office, you know the sacrifices that it takes to run for an office or to have an office. And you know how many nights away, how many events, how many parades that you were at. Denny's is laughing. You agree. It's daily, right? So I very much appreciate my husband, Bob, is sitting in the front row, so thank you. And also my daughter, Nicole, is here. She is representing the 7 kids that we have and the 10 grandkids we have. Lauren, great shout out to Lauren. She's actually on the phone. Nicole's holding the phone, and she's in Colorado working. And so I appreciate her being on the phone today. We have 3 kids that are in Indianapolis. We have 1 that's in Milwaukee, 1 in Tampa. So those are where the 7 kids are today. I thrive on challenges, growing, learning, and making a difference. In 2015, I was elected the Fort Wayne City Clerk, and I was re-elected in 2019 for a 2nd term. It was a privilege and it was an honor to be elected to the office that I've now held for almost 6 years. Little did I know the challenges I would face when I took office back in 2015. I'm proud of the work that we've accomplished. We've created an office that is transparent, an office that's professional, an office that's efficient, and an office that runs very effectively. With my conservative fiscal approach and my experience as a CFO, a small business owner, an MBA, we turned that office around. We made it an office that Fort Wayne can be proud of. The Parking Control Division that was costing taxpayers thousands of dollars annually is a self-sustaining department now. It's functioning well. The revenue it has generated the first 2.5 years that I was in office, we actually paid for those new credit card meters that you see on the streets today without using a taxpayer dollar to do it. I've never had more fun professionally than I've had over the last 6 years as the city clerk of Fort Wayne. I see the impact that our work is doing and having the impact that we have in Fort Wayne. And we've made a difference in this community that I love and the community that I call home. I'm now ready for a new challenge. I believe that I can make a bigger difference and a bigger impact on the state level, in the state that I was born in and the state that I love. I'd like for you, for all of you, to stand with me as we embark on a new challenge and an opportunity to make Indiana even bigger and better. With that same excitement that I started with in 2015, running for Fort Wayne City Clerk as the unknown candidate, and with the same grassroots campaign that we organized in 2015, I'm announcing that I'm launching my campaign to be the 56th Indiana State Treasurer. As the state's chief investment officer, my goal will be to protect the assets of the state of Indiana. Earlier, I talked about my conservative fiscal approach and how it has impacted the city of Fort Wayne. My goal is to use that same approach as state treasurer. I will focus on creating a return for taxpayers through active management and investment of tax dollars. I will work to strengthen Trust Indiana program and the Indiana Bond Bank. I will also work to further enhance the Choice 529 program so that more students can go to college or to trade school. I will also work hard to expand the programs for the disabled, such as the ABLE Account Program and the new school scholarship voucher program that's being launched next year. I'm very excited about that program. We're the 7th state to start it. It's funded right now with $3 million. I've done a lot of work in the last 6 years with disability rights, including expanding on-street accessible parking by 200% in Fort Wayne, and educating people on their responsibilities when parking in accessible spaces. There are many opportunities as a state treasurer to impact the lives of those with disabilities and continuing the work that I've started here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And that is very important to me. Let's not forget about the 911 system, which in Indiana has seen many enhancements over the years. Our 911 program is strong and envied by a lot of the country. I will continue to work to ensure the safety of all Hoosiers. Lastly, being pro-life is very near and dear to my heart. I've been active in that cause for many years, and I've been endorsed twice for city clerk by the Right to Life of Northeast Indiana. I've been working hard to help secure locations in Fort Wayne for safe haven baby boxes. On the state level, I plan to continue the fight for the pro-life cause. Now, I need your help. I encourage all Republican Hoosiers that believe in the pro-life cause, fiscally conservative values, strengthening Indiana for our future generations, and transparency to support me so that we can make Indiana stronger and we can continue to go in the right direction. Indiana is strong, but we can go better. I ask all of you and the Republican delegates across the state of Indiana to stand with me to win the nomination at the Republican Convention next June in Indianapolis to become the next Indiana State Treasurer. Now it's time to get to work. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you, and I can't say enough about everything that all of you have done for me over the years. So thank you all very, very much. The website, lanakeesling.com, went up today. Facebook, Lana Keesling for State Treasurer should be active at this point. And social media is Lana Keesling IN. So thank you very, very much. Love you guys.
Well, big announcement today. It's finally here. How long was it before you decided to do this?
We've been thinking about our next step for a long time now. You know, I've been city clerk for almost 6 years in Fort Wayne, and what I like is having a good challenge and giving back to the community. And as city clerk, I have taken that position to risen it to an exceptional, above exceptional place, and it's time to do something else and give back more. And I can't think of any place better to do that than the state of Indiana. You know, so I'm very excited about a run for state treasurer.
So what do you want to do as a state treasurer?
Right. I think there are a lot of things. I think Indiana is a great place fiscally at this point, but there's always room for improvement, right? So 529, Choice 529 account, giving kids and students opportunities to go to college. I think that program is strong. Enhancing it further would be great. Some of the programs that they have for people with disabilities, such as the ABLE program, you know, that's a great program that was brought about several years ago. I'm very passionate about working with and helping the disability community, so I'm very excited about enhancing that. You've got the Trust Indiana program, the Bond program, very much near and dear to my heart. I was a small business owner for 10 years. I was a CFO for 18 years. I've been the city clerk, so I have a lot of government experience now with 6 years under my belt. So I'm very excited about what I can do at that level.
So how confident are you that you can win this?
I think that, in 2015 when I ran for city clerk, I was the unknown, right? I was the outsider that came in, and I felt like the odds were against me. We worked every day, we were at every event, and we won every vote out there, one by one, to win that election. We won in the general election 65% of the vote in 2015, and we were the top vote getter on the ticket in 2015, and we were the top Republican vote getter in 2019. So with that, with a grassroots campaign, we worked hard to do it, and I am very excited to do that. Starting tomorrow, we hit the road. We're going to be running, and I look forward to, between now and June, getting the delegates that we need to make a win in June.
Yeah, you chose today to end on a statement of pro-life, so how important is that going to be with your campaign?
I'm sorry?
You chose to end on a pro-life statement, so I just want you to talk about how important that is to you.
Yes, the pro-life cause is very near and dear to me. I am at every event for pro-life, have been for several years, for numerous years actually. I'm at all of their events. Work hard. We're working right now for safe haven boxes in Fort Wayne. There are none right now. We have one in Allen County in New Haven, but none in Fort Wayne. It'd be wonderful to have them here, so we're working hard to get that done also. And taking the pro-life cause to Indiana, to the state level, and working hard to make sure that we stay ahead of that is very important and very near and dear to my heart.
And Shine spoke on it a little bit, but can you just tell the people what kind of person they're getting as, what type of person they would be getting as state treasurer with you?
What would the state treasurer?
What type of person they would be getting as? What type of person they'll be elected?
So, my background, again, I owned a business for 10 years, and small business. I was a CFO for 18 years. I have a master's degree. In my government experience, I have I'm very fiscally responsible and passionate and conservative, and those are the values. Every dollar I spend will be a dollar that needs to be spent. Very conservative. I spend it like it's mine, and so we will be passionate about what we do in the state. When I took office back in 2015, parking control, and those of you that have been around Fort Wayne for a long time know that parking control was very poorly operated. It was taxpayer funded. It had been for numerous years. It had run in the red for a very, very long time. And from almost day one, it was in the black and we were making money. And that's the kind of attitude that I will take to the state level.
You said you were born here in Fort Wayne or no?
No, I was actually born in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So I was born and raised in Indianapolis. I moved to Fort Wayne I bought a business in Fort Wayne in 1988. I moved here permanently in 1992. So I've made Fort Wayne my home since 1992. I raised all of my kids here. And right now, of my 7 kids, 3 of them are actually in the Indy area. And 8 of my grandkids are in Indy area. So being back in Indy for at least part of the week, or during the week full time, is very. It would be wonderful for me to see my family and to be back there. Though I still love Fort Wayne and still will continue to have a presence here.
Thank you, Lana.
So.
Thank you.